All right, all right, all right. Here we go. Let's see if we can get this here. It's a little more complicated than it normally is. All right. All right. Turn this music down a little bit. Change the scene. All right. Welcome in to the third cooking stream on this channel. I haven't done one in a while, and I've been really wanting to do one, so just been kind of just put it as a priority, and here we are. This is a one-man show. There's no fancy cameraman or editing. This is a pretty simple recipe. We're going to be making 3 dishes today. We're making a homemade marinara sauce, cheesy stuffed shells, and classic mozzarella sticks. You don't need any fancy equipment for this. You don't need expensive ingredients. The most expensive thing here is really the eggs and the cheese. This is not like marinating A5 Wagyu in Manuka honey type of thing. You can find the recipe, just type !recipe in the chat. It'll take you to a Word document. Should be able to find it there. Let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do, get these jumbo shells. So this is the jumbo shells that you can buy at the grocery. As much as people want to say homemade pasta is something that everyone should do, this pasta is just fine. So this will cook for about 12 minutes. Got the water already going. Seasoned with a lot of salt and some olive oil. All right, let's get this going. Welcome in, welcome in. We're very early today. We're very early. All right, let's adjust this camera now. See that we gotta actually do some chopping here. I've sharpened this knife. It will be very sharp. Hopefully will be no accents today. First ingredient you're going to need for this is a shallot. If you do not have a shallot, you can use an onion, half an onion I would recommend. A shallot is, like Uncle Roger says, just a fancy onion, and it's more of a milder flavor of an onion. It's not super overpowering. It's really good in a marinara sauce, which is what we're going to be building right here. So let's peel this outer layer of dry skin off. And nobody like that. Now in a restaurant, they would save these scraps and use them for the vegetable stock or any kind of stock. But for our purposes today, no stock here. Need a trash can here. Clean as you go. That is one of the mantras of home cooking. If you want to keep your kitchen clean without getting too overwhelmed, just clean as you go, and things won't pile up. Oh, this knife is super sharp. This is I forgot what name it is. It's a Mac knife. It's not like a fancy Japanese knife or anything like that. I'm just gonna. I love cooking a lot. I cook most meals at home, but like everyone else, you just get tired of cooking. You kind of break down. You go get fast food. But this meal, all three of these dishes, you can make ahead of time, and you can freeze them for up to a month. Especially if you were going to like a party or like a Super Bowl party, or if you just want a meal plan. They freeze well. Just make sure you store them properly, like in a aluminum tray for the shells, plastic bags for the sauce and the mozzarella sticks. Now I like to give just some more of a rustic chop here. I'm not a professional chef. I'm a self-taught cook. I've watched a lot. As you know, if you frequented the channel a lot, you know that we watch a lot of cooking videos, a lot of food-oriented videos as we wind down late into the evening. So that's pretty good chop there. Happy with it. The tomato base, the marinara sauce comes from an old Italian TV show. Well, it's old now, called Extra Virgin. And once I made this sauce, I was like, well, this is it. This is a very good pasta sauce. I am very happy with it. No complaints. So what we're going to do is we're going to, let's see here. We'll use stainless steel bowl for right now. Let's put all these things away right now. This is, like, honestly, the hardest part of this meal is just the prep. Just chopping the onions and the garlic. That's really the hardest part. I would say the mozzarella sticks are probably going to be the most iffy part, because we have to basically take a whole block of cheese and cut it into our rectangular shapes. We will do that later, though. We'll try to time everything. I got all the spices here as well. I'll try to run down everything as I go. All right, next is garlic. I am a big fan of garlic. Now, Chad, before I get going, how's the volume? Is the volume good here? Is everybody welcome in, guys. Let's see here. I do have some music here as well. Some classic cooking music here I'll put on. Hey, Murloc, thank you. What's up, Seven? I do sound different from normal. Yeah, this is not my normal mic. So I'm a big fan of garlic. I love garlic, but I love garlic so much that I just can't bear myself to peel so much garlic anymore. In fact, I've gotten to the point now where I just put this in a food processor. I got a little food processor, but for today's purposes, we'll chop. So I'm going to just, I think the recipe called for like 7. I will literally add a lot of garlic. Now, the garlic flavor comes from a substance called allicin, kind of like Alice. And when you break down the cell walls of garlic, it causes a little bit of an enzymatic reaction that gives it that garlic note. And the longer you leave this out, the longer you break this down, this is just, I'm just roughly chopping this right now, but the longer you leave this out, the stronger that flavor will be. Now, I have used those garlic pastes you can get at the grocery store. I'll be honest with you, I gotta use like the whole tube to even get like a little bit of garlic flavor. They are not the best, in my opinion. Let me roll up my sleeves a little bit. I need to be careful with this knife. This knife has chopped off a fingernail in the past. I gotta be careful. You don't have to get this too fine cut in the first way, because we're going to go through this a little bit more and try to make a little bit of a rough paste out of it really quick. Now, unlike YouTube channels that just kind of fly through the ingredients and stuff, this is raw. This is cooking. This is raw cooking, essentially. You know, you don't get to see the fancy edits or all the wasted pods or the help in the background. So cooking does take a little bit of time, but the good thing about this recipe is that once you get it going, you just kind of leave it and it develops its flavors pretty fast. And you can basically make a pasta sauce in about 20 minutes. Like if you're in a hurry. Which I feel like I normally am. You're not a vampire, so you're okay with garlic? I think garlic is just one of the best herbs out there, or spices rather. If broccoli is the superfood, so like that, broccoli is really healthy for you. Garlic is definitely the super herb. Now, one way you can really get garlic into a fine paste, you add a bit of salt to it, and you just basically use the salt and your knife to use friction to kind of grind this down into a paste. We'll try our best here. We're not gonna spread over it. Let's get a little more garlic. Let's get like these weird pieces. Where's a normal piece of garlic? There we go. I'm also a big fan of garlic powder. I know garlic powder can be a little controversial of an ingredient, but I feel like if you feel like your dish is missing something, you have like a pasta sauce or chili, garlic powder can really save you. I don't like to incorporate the roots here. I just cut all the way up, kind of like an onion. You can, it doesn't really hurt. It doesn't really matter, but just doing what I've been doing, kind of out of habit here. All right, we made a little bit of a mess here. Let's put some of this garlic back here. It'll be fine. All right. More of a chop. What you're looking for when you're chopping vegetables kind of fine is try to get out like any irregular pieces. Try to chop them down, like that guy right there is way too big. He needs to be cut down to size. This sauce is minimalistic. Honestly, it's onion, garlic, tomato, and a few spices, and that's basically it. All right. Now, let's add a little salt to this. And let's start. Let me just do a paste. Now you can use, now I've got a couple tools for garlic. I've got a garlic press, but it's really not the same. And I've also got like a garlic rocker here that you just kind of just press through, and it kind of smashes the garlic as well. This has honestly been the best tool, I would say. Let me change, I can actually see what's going on. There we go. Make sure the camera didn't fall out of place or anything. It's a Willy. That's getting good. I see some chunks in there. It's gonna. Oh, that's time for our pasta. All right, get the pasta out. Need to cook this first so it can cool down by the time you want to stuff the shells. All right, you're done. This strainer was a gift about 10 years back. It's a really good double boiler for like pastas and stuff. All right, now I'm just gonna scoop up all the garlic right here. All right, we're nice and good. All right, what else am I missing? Am I missing anything else here? Wash the hands. All right. All right, now, next step. Change scenes. We need to go over here to the cooktop. All right. You're gonna make this pasta sauce. So add some olive oil. You know, what you've been cooking for a while, you just kind of eyeball it, but if you're not sure, about 1/4 cup will do. We're gonna get our shallots and garlic ready. I forgot to put my apron on. I'm a pega. Here we go. Here. All right. Now, if Timba's here, this is a Cuisinart pan, not a Le Creuset. So once the oil gets heated up a little bit, we're going to add our minced shallots. It'll be fine. What we're looking for is some just to be a little translucent. They'll start to brown too, but everyone a little bit up here. Every bit of shallots. I know you guys can hear it sizzling a little bit. All right. Good news is you don't have to worry about these too much. Let's rinse this off. Cook as clean as we go. Clean as we go. Then reuse this pan. You don't want to use too much oil and make it yucky. Well, tomato sauce can handle a little bit more oil than other sauces, especially if you're making like a beef stew. Beef stew, yeah, it can. You get this oily layer at the top of a beef stew, and it's just like, it doesn't really like emulsify in. Let's see here. I make sure I get the seasonings here right. And basil, this, and a little magic. Always bring your magic. We don't need this over here right now. You go over here. You'll be fine. All right. So it's been cooking for about a minute, and I'm starting to see some browning at the bottom of the pan. That's what you're looking for. The shallots do not take nearly as long to cook as like an onion. They're more delicate, and they will burn if you do not pay attention to them. They also will fly everywhere. Now these things will tend to get on the sides and really burn. Just kind of get them off of the sides of the walls of your saucepan. See, they're looking really good here. They're almost there. Where's my phone? I can't see chat. How is it? Does this look okay, chat? Does it look all right? It's about maybe like that, maybe. Let's see. Looks good. All right. Put this over here. And again, like if you're in a hurry and, you know, like I understand a lot of people use cans, those jar cans. There's a brand that I like. It's called Brooklyn sauce. It's called Brooklyn. They come in like these mason jars looking things. They make really good sauces. But this sauce is pretty quick. It's a good base. You can add meat to it as well. All right, we're starting to see some of the shallots starting to get a little bit toasty. So let's add the garlic. This is a very versatile sauce. This is not the pasta sauce. It's a base rather, and you can use it. It's technically vegetarian as well. It's not through intention. It's just a little observation here. Now you can add meat to it. You can add sausage or kind of break up some of these shallots here. You can add meat to it as well. Oh, sorry, herpes. Hope you feel better. All right. It's actually a pretty cozy meal for if you're not feeling well. All right. Kind of spread this out a little bit. Try not to clump it up. Try to disperse it evenly over the pan so it can cook. Starting to see some browning. A little Maillard, there's a little bit of Maillard reaction here from the onions. All right, these are looking good. Almost ready. All right, what are we going to start with? Start with the herbs. Add some salt. What I usually do, I normally just put salt in the palm of my hand, like so. It's in that little pocket. You just grab it. That's usually for me, about half a teaspoon. It depends on your hand size, I guess. All right, it's starting to get a little too toasty. Let's give it a dash of MSG. Same thing with oregano. Just hand it in there. We're gonna try to toast these herbs just a little bit to get some of the aromatics going at them. Oregano is honestly one of the best cooking herbs you can use as well. It's so well for so many different dishes. You can use it for beef, poultry, pork, anything but seafood, I think. Red pepper flakes. That's about right. Well, what else do we need? Basil. Oh, did I add? I think I did add that. All right. A little dried basil. So we added dried basil, dried oregano, salt. Let's add pepper. Now, recipes usually call for teaspoons of pepper, but most people have. I found like I've been buying these this grinder. So what do? About 10 turns for about a fourth of a teaspoon. All right, now we need to start working here. We're going to pull out our tomato paste. You want about, I like a little tomatoey, to be honest. You just want to cook out that raw flavor. And this tomato paste will last you a while. It's a very good ingredient to keep on hand. as long as you refrigerate it after opening. Like one little tube of tomato paste will probably last me months. Because I don't, you don't necessarily make a pasta dish every day. Sometimes you want to get nuggies from Wendy's and cost you $12, But this is versatile. And if you make a lot, you can freeze it, you can keep it, and use it for another dish. All right. Last thing I need to do, I need to open up a can of tomatoes. I'm using tomato puree. You can use crushed tomatoes. Crushed tomatoes as well work just as fine. I'll be right back. Let me get this can opened. Can openers actually open cans up the incorrect way. From what I understand, you're supposed to cut it from the sides. Can openers cut it from the top. That can opener is probably older than some of you in chat too. All right. Just gonna pour this in. We're gonna add a little bit of water to this. Just to kind of get some of these tomato flavors out. Yeah, the ones from the side, are like the ones that I've seen that cut from the side are usually manual ones. So like the handheld ones. I haven't seen one that like a, one's here. All right, now that is it's almost the base here. Hold on, we gotta add just 2 more spices here. The onions kind of give this, I would say if you're using a tomato puree, you'll find that the onions kind of give it a little more texture, and but it's about, like, the hard work's done here. This is the beauty of it. The hard work's done. All you got to do now is just get a flame tamer. That's not 900 degrees. Why is that so hot? Put this back. All right. Now we're gonna get the gloves here. At least a glove. Pull this back over. All right. Turn this to simmer. All right. Now, I'm going to do something that some people may say is criminal, but we're going to add just a little bit of sugar to this to kind of cut back on the acidity. Not much, just a pinch, 2 pinches. You don't want to make it sweet. You just want just a little bit, just to, like I find just makes it less acidic and easier to eat. In fact, most processed foods are going to have sugar in the pasta, along with a lot of other preserving agents. All right, so last thing we need to do is we're going to put a bay leaf in. What a bay leaf does, nobody knows. Well, actually, I do. It actually has essential oils in it, and while you cook it, it releases those oils into the sauce, supposedly making it kind of taking out more of the harsher flavors. We're also going to add 1 stem of basil. We will take both of these out of here, but we are 1 down, essentially. 1 thing's down. I would recommend having this cook for about at least 20 minutes. have it simmer for at least 20 minutes. And make sure you cover it, or else you're going to have pasta or red sauce that splatter everywhere. And that's no fun. Let me taste it. Let me taste it as well. Hold on. Now that didn't take too long to hit it, chat. Hard part's done. All you would have to do now is wait to cook your pasta. Boom, done. Dinner's served. You can take the leftover sauce and freeze it. I think it's pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Let me get a paper towel, put this. I need to get a spoon rest thing. All right, next part. Back over to the cutting board. We're going to make the filling for this stuffed shells. Let me cover that as well. See, we got the apron. Well, I'll show you the apron. Hold on. I'll show you the apron here. We do have an apron now. It's got Chef Ramens on it. This is the, I've had it for a while, and you know, and this is the perfect time to wear, you know. All right. And I got my drip on, don't I? Yeah, it's just. Wipe this down. Clean the knife off. Garlic gets sticky after you leave it for a while. One of those things. It's not like other things you chop normally. Well, clean as you go. That's how you keep a clean kitchen. Don't, the kitchen can get away from you. All right. All right, next thing we're going to do is make the filling. This, luckily, requires a large chunk of, this is the right chunk? Yeah, a large chunk of mozzarella. You can get pre-shredded if you want, but it may not melt as well. One 15-ounce thing of ricotta, little container, and some Parmesan. Now, I did get this tool. It's called a Breedle, and apparently it's supposed to make your life a lot easier for shredding cheese. Now, obviously, this won't fit in here. We have to cut this up a little bit. So we're going to do a little product review here. See if this product's any good. All right? I have no idea. I need uppies for this. This thing's too low. Let me see if I've given it some uppies here. We need roughly 3 cups of mozzarella for the filling. And I think that comes out to about, yeah, this would be fine. Uppies. Give it a little booster seat there. And I do believe that, let's see here, what did I have in the recipe say? Yeah, it says 3 cups, or 340 grams. I will say a little scale like this is handy. A little kitchen scale. It's not going to be, you wouldn't want to take it to chemistry class, but you know, it'll be fine. All right, making sure I'm turning it the right way. Actually, the first thing you got to do is this. You got to do a suction cup, and it sucks fairly well, just so it won't slide around. Let's get it in the right spot. here. All right. See how well you do, sir. Mealy broke. Maybe wood's not the best thing for this. Do a plastic board. Come on, sir. Let's see. You stick. You don't stick. Kind of sticks. Don't know if it's worth it. All right, I'm already encountering problems. It is shredding. Holy moly. Look at that. Pretty good. I wonder how the cleanup is. I bet the cleanup's a nightmare. I'm spilling so much. That's okay. It's all going in the same place. This would work better if I used it on a better surface, I think. Come on. All right. That's about 3 cups. There, let's pick up. Let's get all the escapees. You're going in. Sorry. No cheese left behind. Yeah, you're gonna be no fun to clean. We're not done with you yet though. We need to do a little bit of this Parmesan. All right. Probably need it finer than that, but it'll be okay. It's all gonna melt. All going in the same place. We will save this Parmesan, use it for later. Maybe if we make a pasta with our leftover sauce. All right. Out of the way for now. All right, the next thing we need to do is get an actual pan. I probably should have just used one pan, but it's all going in the same spot. Actually, no, because you have to portion this out a little bit. The cheese has to be portioned out just a bit. Wash off this board. See, right now we're letting the pasta shells cool. They're just about there. This is fine. All right. So we need 2 cups of mozzarella. I'm gonna try our best here. That's 1 cup. We just pour the rest in. Easy peasy. Yep. And then we need about half of this. About a cup, I'd say 3/4 of a cup. All right. Yeah. One. Yeah. 2. I need more of this stuff actually. I'm not done with the Parmesan. 3. We'll come back to it later. Next, we're gonna add the ricotta. Just dump the whole thing in there. Ricotta is such a good cheese. All right, spatula. Next, seasonings. We need all the stuff, all the things. We need a little bit of basil, a little bit of oregano. Where's the oregano? Where's it hiding? Where is the oregano hiding? Ah, there it is. We're going to add about a tablespoon of garlic powder. I know it may be sacrilege, but I love garlic. A little bit more. And onion powder. Actually, not this pour. I don't want to do that. That could be bad. And we need parsley. So we're going to put some of our parsley up today. Come here, parsley. Parsley just fell. Okay. Parsley gives it a little bit of earthiness and a little bit of a color. You know, you want some contrast to the cheese and the sauce. And we'll add a little bit more to the shells at the end as well. All right. Parsley in. I would say this dish is probably the medium of the three. It's not as complicated as mozzarella sticks because you have to use a little bit of oil for that, and it's not quite as simple as the marinara. Last ingredient is the most precious ingredient currently in the country: eggs. Always break your eggs against a flat surface. Just go. Uh-oh. There we go. No shells. Poggers. All right, and mix to combine. You just want to mix this all in. I didn't miss anything, right, Chad? You guys checking the recipe? Checking my work? Did I miss anything? So you're gonna get this nice creamy texture. And if you feel like it's too loose, pop it in the refrigerator just for a little bit. It'll firm up. If you feel like it's getting too. Now, I've seen some hacks for this. And this is where the part of my brain's like, I should do the hack. I should do the hack live. But I don't know if the hack works. It involves a Ziploc bag you cut on the edge and just pipe it in. I'm not 100% sure that's going to work. I know the spoon method works, so we're going to do the spoon method. First thing we're going to do is get our 9x3 pan. And we are going to pan it. Where's my pan? And so check on our sauce real quick. Back here. Sauce is very mellow. All right, let me get just a little bit of the sauce in here. I have to get the plants, the basil. All right, you can afford to have one more scoop. All right. I'm just going to move this around. That is our pasta base. We're going to add more. Next is our shells. Going to be a little bit of an assembly line here. Between shells, filling, and this is where it's going to be, this is the time intensive part of this dish. It's not hard. It just takes time because you usually have 24 shells. Some of them may be broken, but you have to essentially scoop up filling, get about a spoonful, pop it in there, and that's it. Put it in the baking dish. Trying to let your spoon fall in there. Sometimes you get little ones that are hard to open. Just try to work them, get them in there, make them. And you can freeze this dish. If you put this in a aluminum pan, like a disposable pan, you can freeze this and it'll keep. You can make it ahead of time. That way, you're not having to cook the dish, get it all ready. You're not panicking. Like, oh no, just taking forever. People are saying they're hungry. They're like, when's supper going to be ready? Or if you want to make it like ahead of time for like the Super Bowl. Can I fit 3 this way? We're going to try. We're going to try to crowd the plate a little bit. Yeah, who needs to waste a Ziploc bag when you use a spoon? Just unravel a little bit. Pop it in. And maybe not being too generous with the topping here. I'm usually conservative when it comes to how much filling I put in. That guy got a lot though. That guy got more than everybody. All right. This should be enough filling though for everything. In fact, our pan, as you see, like our pan's already just, a third the way full already. I could probably afford to give some of these guys a little bit more. Please, sir, may I have some more cheese? Come on. Come on. You get a second helping. Are you guys excited for the Super Bowl this year, chat? You guys excited for the Super Bowl? I've heard I've heard it's the cheapest Super Bowl in the last 10 years. Everybody's excited to see Mahomes play yet again in the Super Bowl. Teeny. Not a fan of sporting? I can see that. Yeah. I think this year's all the favorites, all like the people who were kind of excited to see like new teams in there, like Buffalo and even Detroit Lions. Like, man, we could have had some. I think we could have had some very interesting matchups, and then there's a little bit of a controversy with Mahomes and the refs, but I don't know too much about that. They said the same thing about Peyton Manning. They said the same thing about Tom Brady. Now sometimes you get a little bit of the feeling on your hand. It's okay. Don't worry about it. There's a sink. Cooking's not supposed to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Can't be too picky and prissy when it comes to cooking. You have to just get in there and get it done. I was thinking we could do more of these as well. And we don't need to do anything fancy. We don't want to do like Wagyu steaks. I was thinking we could do fried rice as one. Fried rice wouldn't take nearly as long as this because it's over pretty quick. This thing doesn't hold up any. of these things. I'm gonna have to really crowd this in here. Get more. But I am running a little bit low on the filling. But the pan is filling up. Oh, that's a good one. This is a good one. Saying ah. We got room for like 3 more. This is basically the only time I buy big shell pasta. I don't really use it for anything else. Maybe you could use it for maybe you could use it for something, but I'm not aware of it. All right. All right. There we go. Let's wash our hands. Now I've got the oven preheated to 375 degrees. That's 190 degrees Celsius. Put this in sink, start getting soaked. All right. Try to. As soon as I touch it, cooking's always like you touch something, you gotta go wash your hand, especially if you're doing using raw meat and stuff. All right. So there we have it. Oh, I can't even see it now. Let me change this. All right. There we have it. There we go. That's the problem. There's the problem. Sliding around already. So the next step here is the rest of the mozzarella, which should be behind me. All right, mozzarella. We're gonna add a Parmesan to it as well, and maybe a little bit more Parmesan. I have another grater here. We're just gonna old-fashioned grater it. Yeah, that'll work. Mix it together. Now we're gonna the first thing we need to do is add a little bit more sauce to this. Sauce is starting to bubble up, starting to simmer. And we will use this sauce for the mozzarella sticks. So we're getting a lot of bang for our buck here. Let me do this on camera. That would be better. Let me switch scenes. Boop, boop, boop. All right. As close as I can. We're just gonna I actually think this would be really good. This is actually really good with crushed tomatoes. Crushed tomatoes give you just a little bit more of a texture. But today we are doing tomato puree. All right. Let's cover that up a little bit. Make sure the heat is set. And the last thing we got to do is add the cheese. I know some people may have dietary restrictions and they can't eat certain foods and stuff. They can't eat cheese. I'm sorry, you can't eat cheese. But it's okay. I can't have seeds, so that's good. All right, we are almost there, chat. Now the next step is to cover this with foil. Now this is going to be the next part. It's going to be the marathon. I think marathon part. Gonna have to make these mozzarella sticks. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is a 375-degree oven. We're gonna cook it for, I think, 20 minutes, right? 20 minutes. I'm always a fan of opening it up after like 10 and rotating it. Try to get as an even cook as possible. Just remember, every time you open up the oven door, the temperature falls about 10 degrees. Also, that's another 10 degrees. 20 degrees now. Get yourself one of these, a little oven thermometer. Because sometimes you set your oven to a degree. Lying to you, though. All right. Make sure it gets at the temp. All right. Now, let's start the mozzarella. Set my timer. Where's the timer at? Timers are gone. All right. Let's use a phone. Let's check it in 15 minutes. All right. This part's going to be interesting. So, for this part, you want to cut your brick of mozzarella into even slices. The shape they are is the shape you're going to be eating. So if you cut them too small, just be aware of that. You want about, I say half an inch is a good thickness. So we'll cut it like that. Now you can weigh them to get, this is what you're actually supposed to do. You are supposed to weigh these. And if you want to get, so they're all the same, weigh them. So let's trim this up just a little bit. Always eat some. It's all good mozzarella. All right, this is 40 grams. So that's what we're aiming for. 40 grams, boom. We're aiming for 40 grams. You can always take an old one, put it up top here, and that gives you a good indicator about where to cut. So you put this on the edge. God, that piece of cheese is going to kill me. And just cut down. And repeat. We're gonna have so many mozzarella sticks. God, we're gonna have mozzarella sticks for days. Now you could get the prepackaged mozzarella sticks that they look in little cylindrical ones. Could do that. I wouldn't blame you, honestly. I wouldn't blame you. That one's rather thick. That's a thick boy. All right. Oh, why are you, no, tear. 52. We're just gonna shave off some here. $46, need to shave off even more. That's fine. Which is this one? The thick boy. Perfect. I can tell this one's a little bit chunky. Oh yeah, that guy's a chunky monkey. Yeah, I'm trying to be a little too precise here, I think. That'll be fine. Because it's all going to be deep fried. Oh yeah, we are deep frying this, by the way. I don't know if this will work in an air fryer. It could. I would have to test it. Or maybe if one of you guys ever make mozzarella sticks at home, can vouch for it. I've done this. But the important thing here about mozzarella sticks when you're making homemade is that you have to double bread them. Means you have to put them in the egg wash, the flour, egg wash, panko mixture twice. We got 3, 6, 8. That'll be okay. 8 sticks should be enough for us, Chad, right? At least enough for me. We'll save this. On with it. Cheese is still good. Always use it. Eat it. All right. Now comes the big part. First step, panko breadcrumbs. You need, I would use panko. I wouldn't use normal breadcrumbs, like you would make for like meatballs or hamburger burgers. You want something with a little more texture on it. That'll really get crispies. We don't need how much more. We need more eggs. Oh God, this is the expensive part. All right, let's get at least 3 eggs. Could use more, but eggs are hard to come by, and they're expensive. Now what we're going to do, we're going to add just a little bit of water to this. We don't want it too eggy. I'm just going to lightly whisk this. Fork would be better, but fork is behind the computer right now. Hard to get to. All right. We're going to have a little station here between eggs, flour. Where's the last one? Here it is. Flour and you need to use AP flour. Don't use bread flour. I wouldn't. I mean, if you're in a pinch, you could, but you know, or cake. Don't use cake flour. How about that? All right, now we need to season these up. Some onion powder for sure. About a tablespoon of the garlic powder. You could also season your flour as well, but that's normally when you're just, your flour is the outside coating. We use some Italian seasoning. Salt. That's fine. Salt. A little magic, MSG, pepper. All right. Anything else I'm missing from this? I don't think I am. Here. Oh yeah, red pepper flakes. Just that'll do. All right. So the way this is gonna go is, actually I do need a fork. All right, let me go get a fork. Fork it up. I don't want my hands getting goopy on them. This can get messy quick. Check on the sauce. You give it a good stir. Oh yeah. Now, I think that sauce, if I was ready to have pasta, hello, are we back? Yeah, we're back here. Magnet. I wonder what happened with the thing. It just stopped, didn't it? There we go. All right, sound better now? One down. That coated. Here and just coat up. Come on, flip. There we go. Now, one coat of the breadcrumbs is just not enough to get this thing fully covered, unfortunately. You need to do this at least twice. So that is, I would say it's the labor intensive part here. Now, while this is going, we need to get the oil. right. I wonder if this thing's battery's getting low. Batteries in this thing's not good, is it? I may have to see about another mic real quick. Hot mic it. All right. Get this covered again. Goopy egg. All right, I gotta check on this over here. I think I'll get this. I think I'll get the other mic going. It should be working soon. Let's see here. Whoa. Looking good. Oh, is it looking good? All right, we're gonna put it back in the oven for another 15 minutes, uncovered. Oil is getting there, so we're gonna turn down the heat a little bit. Almost there, Chad, almost there. Home stretch. Home stretch. I'll swap mics now. Hot swap. Hello, hello. All right, cool, we're back. All right. Try to get assembly line going here. No, there was egg goop on it. Oh, Lord. Yeah, it'll be okay. Maybe. I only want this breading to stick. All right. I find this method to be the best, actually. Kind of rotate it. Make sure the eggs are sticking to it. Fully submerge it. Flip it. Spin it. Bop it. All right. Drain it. No, go back into it now. Egg goop just kind of takes more of the egg with it as it comes off. All right. Good enough. That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. I could do a fried chicken stream. Or a fried chicken sandwich stream. I'll tell you, Chick-fil-A has never tasted the same after I've made fried chicken. I probably cooked like 200 meals in 2020. I was cooking almost every day. I'd like to get back to cooking a lot more, but I will say it's grocery prices as it is, you know, you're kind of screwed wherever you go. You go to fast food, you're going to be spending $15 for one per person generally. You can probably get away with maybe 10 if you just going to get like a single sandwich and a combo meal maybe. But I found the best deal, honestly, is Domino's. You can get a pizza there for, you get 2 pizzas for about $15. And that's a deal. Mike's still working. Pog Dog, we're good. Pog Dog in here. This over here. And anyone check the time when I checked on those things? It was about 3 minutes ago, right? So we're about. I will say, when you cook, you can always go by your nose a little bit. If things smell, if food starts to smell like it's being kind of cooked, it's generally very close to being done. But being a little paranoid about burning food, you can never be too paranoid. You know, if you're afraid you're going to burn food, just sit there and watch it. These things take time. Your instincts on cooking will take time, and I hope you guys are inspired to cook more. Take like just and you don't need fancy stuff. You can get an induction stove. I think Uncle Roger cooked on one when he had his thing. Are we lagging? Am I lagging? Are we good, chat? Hello? Camera looks good. Is it maybe my phone? Let me see. No, it's lagging, yeah. What the heck? Ah! Maybe it's something to do with the camera. Let me see here. What the heck? It's buffering. Why would it be buffering? That's not good. We're almost at the finish line, too. No, we're almost there. Come on, Spectrum. Hammy whammy, don't do this to me. All right. All right, the oil is a little hot, so I'm going to teach you a trick to get the oil back down. All right. Got the mozzarella sticks made. I'm going to coat some of these guys in just a little bit more egg here and panko. And the spots that just kind of look bald. You know, you get a bald spot, he's got to cover it. I don't have that problem. But I know some people, you know, a little badge. What the heck? Really fucking lagging. What to do? Let me see if I can lower the bitrate a little bit here. Okay, we'll cut that off. Everyone got home. They opened up Netflix. I'll tell you what happened. Robot might as well. Oh no. Ultra Satch. We'll try our best. I try restarting the stream. Let me see about restarting the stream.